What is going on today, everyone? Welcome back to Fix It Garage. Today, we're not going to be working on cars. Today, we are going to be getting a new car for the channel. Not my car, though. Bob's new car. If you guys don't remember, in the last video, we said goodbye to the BRZ one last time. Well, I'm happy to report that we have his new car, and we're going to go ahead and head off somewhere secret to unveil it. We were gonna do an unveiling at the place where we bought it from, but it was very dark and there would have been no way to show off the car, especially with the color and everything and the lighting. It just wouldn't have worked. So we're going to go head out in the car to our special location where we will go ahead and unveil his brand new car. All right, so we're out in a special spot to show you guys Bob's brand new car. I'm looking right at it, and it looks really, really, really good for being a 2022. Now I'm gonna show you guys what he got. Before I show you guys the car, should we show them the car?
We should show them the car.
We should show them the car? All right, guys, let's take a look at his brand new car. That's right, he went with a 2022 Golf GTI. Now, why a Golf?
Because it's the better car. Because it was a car that we could actually get.
Yeah, so getting a GR Corolla right now is like not the easiest thing, and you're paying, you know, $10,000 or more in markups. This we were able to get without a markup, without having any issues. Super simple to find. There's a lot more of these around than there are GR Corollas.
There's more tuning available for them. There's more parts available for them. The tunes are reliable. We know how long it'll work. All good things to have in a car that you're going to thrash for a little while.
Yeah, so it came down to the car's more proven. We can get parts, we can tune it. All the things that he wants to do to this car are going to be a lot easier than a GR Corolla. Most of the tuning software for the Corolla and the Yaris are still like in a beta phase, and they cost $2,000 to $3,000, and a tuner for a Golf is what?
700 for
much
the stage two?
cheaper. Yeah, so $700 for a stage 2, much cheaper than $3,000 for a tuner that's in beta phase and may or may not make the engine go boom.
It also picks up about 110 horsepower with the stage 2 tunes, which is a little ridiculous, so that's kind of nice too. 110
horsepower with a tune is friggin' awesome. Plans for the car to begin with are not to tune it.
For a year or two, it's going to be in the street class, so we're allowed one sway bar, wheels, tires, like an air filter, minor modifications that it's still mostly stock. And then within 2 years, we'll buy all the parts to make it to street touring, where it goes into street touring hot hatch, and that'll be the tune, downpipe, intake, intercooler, radiator, oil cooler, DSG cooler, coilovers, brakes, maybe seats and a harness.
So lots and lots of mods. So at first, not a whole lot, just a few mods here and there. And then when he's ready, we will do the big modifications. And if I can find some sponsors, maybe a little bit sooner, but you know, details. That when you start doing that many mods, it starts getting really expensive really fast. My car is a perfect example of how to spend way too much money building a car.
The step up from street class, which is street touring, is usually around $6,000 to $10,000. Depending on how many tunes you have to buy for your car. This one needs 2 because it is a DSG car, and so that needs to also be tuned.
So as you saw, this car is not a manual, which I mean, I'm sad about, but I understand the benefits of having a DSG, but me liking the man pedal it is a little sad to see a DSG car, but there is benefits that outweigh it being a manual. And he picked a DSG, and I'm not gonna argue with him. He made good points on why it's better.
Because it has a chicken nugget shifter, and I really like chicken nuggets.
So the shifter, which I'll walk into the car real quick and I will show you guys. It looks like a chicken nugget, like straight up, that looks like some chicken nugget made out of some plastic. So he's calling it the chicken nugget shifter. I like it, it's sticking, that's what we're gonna call it.
It's not just me, it's the internet.
Oh, I guess the internet, I have a lot to learn. I don't know anything about Volkswagens. He knows more about them than I do. So when I have questions about terminology, what people call things, we're actually gonna refer to him now instead of me having that. He knows the Volkswagen stuff. He's lived and breathed with the Volkswagen people, and I have not. So I now have to learn how to be a Volkswagen fan, because obviously I'm gonna be doing a lot of work on this car with him so he can enjoy it and not have to do it all by himself and, you know, spend many nights alone in his garage.
You're gonna have a hard time doing some alignments, and that'll be handy to have someone that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, so as you know, we do the alignments where I work, and if I'm not helping him, he's not getting an alignment, and he wants that alignment done. So we're gonna build this car. The parts are on their way. We should have them soon. They'll be in a future video, but that's the car. Now, we weren't just gonna sit here parked in a really pretty spot talking about it. We're gonna go drive this thing right now, and I'm gonna give my first impressions of driving it. He already drove it because we had to get it up here. He
Drives
loves
good.
it. Like his opinion is irrelevant at this point because we already know he loves the car. I'm just kidding. We value you very much, but he loves the car. That's the end of it. Now I'm gonna go drive it and give my driving impressions on it. All right, let's go ahead and start this thing up. It's too quiet. That's our first problem. The car is way too quiet on startup. I know he's talked about getting an exhaust. You lost the filter off the end of it somewhere.
I'll go take a look for it in a second.
It'll work.
Yeah, exhaust is on the way.
So we have an exhaust coming, thank God, because that's too quiet. But, oh, nope.
You just hit it one time and wait. It's going. It's thinking.
No music. It does have purple lighting on the inside, which I know he can change, but we've left it purple for today. I like that very much. So that's a good positive on the first impression. The steering wheel feels pretty good size-wise. The seating position feels good. With a helmet, I'm gonna end up hitting my head a lot on this, but that's why we get seats later on. Ergonomics, all the buttons are kind of where I would expect them to be, minus like the lights are like up here, which is a little weird to me. Would you really?
You did something to it, man. I don't know.
Oh, ergonomics wise, the buttons are in really good spots, other than like a few that are over here, which would take getting used to. But like overall, everything's made sense. The button layout's pretty good. Even the steering wheel buttons, there's a lot of them, which is kind of overwhelming at first sight. But I mean, it's not a bad car ergonomics wise, but we're on a channel that does car reviews, especially not ergonomics of interiors. So let's put this bitch in sport mode and drive, and let's actually go drive it. All right, so first driving impressions, it feels pretty good. The steering is more responsive than an STI, which isn't hard to do. Feeling pretty good. The weirdest part to me is actually like when you put it in manual and you start downshifting, you don't get as much engine braking as you would expect from like when you downshift a manual. I'm in second and I'm getting like no engine braking. It makes all the farty noises when I do it, but it doesn't give me the engine braking I would expect, which is kind of interesting because normally in a car with paddles, you want that downshift engine braking to help slow you down into the corners, which it's not giving you. But like overall, driving wise, this thing feels great. Like it's a nice, I hate to say this, but it's a nice commuter style car. But when I want to sit there and be full stupid, I can just drop a gear and I can give it everything, and it's got power, and the brakes are pretty decent.
Stock brakes.
Yeah, for
so
stock
they could
brakes,
definitely be better.
These feel good for stock brakes. Like they're not quite as grabby as my Brembos on the STI, but they're up there for a stock set of brakes. They're not bad, and it's got all the pep out of the corner. I will say in acceleration,
The STI has definitely got more in it, but the delivery of this is a lot more linear and smooth. You're not waiting. There's like zero lag on the get up and throttle, especially in the correct gear. And the shifts are lightning fast. Like, if you put this car at the same power and weight and torque as mine and you race, this would dominate because it's got those lightning fast shifts, which I'm not gonna argue. The DSG shifts are so much better.
The DSG is better.
I still personally like my manuals, but you know, I'm not gonna argue with him because I'm in his car and he's letting me drive it. So I'm gonna just, yeah, DSG. If we're gonna compare straight apples to apples, you would actually compare this to a WRX, in which case, WRX doesn't hold a candle to this. If I had to pick between this and a WRX, I'm buying this all day long. This is way nicer to drive than the WRX. From what I can find on the internet, this is more reliable than a WRX.
Looks better than WRX.
Looks better than a WRX, and the transmission isn't made of glass. However, the newest one, I don't know how strong those new transmissions are, but like my gen WRX, the tranny's glass in a WRX.
If we're comparing it to the WRX, the automatic transmission in the WRX is a CVT.
Yeah, so
which is poo.
If you compare it to a brand new one I can go buy from the dealership today, this is miles ahead of the current WRX. I would tell anyone to go buy this over like a new WRX any day. This feels fun. Like, I can't believe I'm saying I'm having fun, and I'm not even pushing the car. I'm driving it casually with some slight hard accelerations out of corners.
Done did told it you. I think it's also important to note with this car, if you were in a car with open diffs, like most of the front wheel drive cars are going to be, not the Civic Si, but like a standard Civic, this thing really grips out of corners because of the diff.
Yeah, I have traction control on because it's damp in spots and leafs, and I've had bad experiences. But like, I'm barely ever seeing the light turn on because it finds the grips. Oh, and it'll let you grab first gear. Most cars don't let you grab first gear until you're at a dead stop. I can't fucking
You're
see.
clear.
Jesus. Yeah, this drives way better than a WRX.
Alrighty, guys. Well, we're back home now. Bob is back home with his brand new Golf GTI. I bet none of you guys saw that coming, bringing a Volkswagen to the channel, because, well, I didn't either. I did not plan on bringing a Volkswagen to the channel, but could be fun. Could be kind of fun. I guess we're going to see what happens here with this Volkswagen. But like he was saying in the video, we're not going to be doing a ton of things to start with. A lot of those mods are going to be coming later, but there is stuff we can do right now to set the car up for street class, but it just won't be as much as you guys would expect. But it should still be a super fun project, and I'm looking forward to starting on that as soon as all of the parts get here, which they've all been ordered and they are on their way, and we should hopefully see them soon, and those will be coming up in a future video. Of course, with that being said, I think that is going to do it for today's video. You guys got to see the new car, and that's really all there is to it for today. In the next video, we're going to kind of recap the autocross season, have some conversations about our autocross season and what is coming next, because as you guys can see, this thing's still sitting back there, and it's still, I don't know if you can tell, on the race tires, and the race season's totally over. So we're gonna have a conversation about what's gonna happen next for the Subaru. I'm also gonna be releasing a special video probably around Christmas. I don't know if you guys have taken a look at our subscriber count, but we kind of reached a pretty important milestone, for me anyways. And I want to make a video about it and commemorate it, but I want it to be pretty special. I'm trying to find the right clips from old videos, and that is very difficult, as it turns out. I'm learning how hard it is when you have to go through more than 1 year's worth of content to find stuff for clips you're trying to make. So yeah, you know, we'll figure that out. I'm working on that in the background. It'll release when it's done. I just have to finish it. But with that being said, I want to thank all you guys for watching. If you guys like what you saw, please don't forget to smash that like button. Leave some comments and thoughts down below on the new GTI and anything that you think we should do to it that doesn't involve performance mods. Can't do anything performance mod, and we can't do a ton of appearance mods, but let me know if you guys think there's anything cool we should do. Maybe some stripes, maybe wrap it. You know, subtle hints. But let me know. And don't forget to subscribe so you guys don't miss any future videos and us building this Golf GTI. You're not going to want to miss it because that is going to be an exciting project that we take care of over the winter. But I want to thank all you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.